Hello, guys. I am so excited to come your way with yet another amazing content. I hope you're all doing well. So, if this is your first time watching my channel, I would encourage you to click on the subscribe button so that anytime I post any video, you'll be the first person to be notified. If you are also a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, I want to say a very big thank you for supporting this channel. So today, I am going to tell you how I got my first international job. Are you ready? Okay, if you are ready, then let's just get right into it. Wait, guys. So, when I completed university, from my previous video, I told you that I graduated from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with first class in English. So when we were about to complete, I was like, I was just thinking to myself, what would I be doing? Where should I have my national service? Earlier, when I was in second year, I remember I told my study group that, for me, I don't think being a teaching assistant is a good thing because, people are actually in the rural areas who need teachers and all that to support them, to teach them and all that. So I told them right from second year that I wasn't going to be a teaching assistant because I feel there are other people somewhere who genuinely need, my service. So fast forward, when we were just about graduating from school, now the time was due for us to actually register for national service. So for those who are not from Ghana, national service is a yearly mandatory period where each and every graduate from every tertiary institution from Ghana serves the nation for at least 1 year. So it was time for us to actually decide or choose where we wanted to have our national service. And then I don't know, even though I had told my friends earlier that I wasn't going to be a TA and all that, a part of me was like, George, just be a teaching assistant. You never know what lies ahead for you. Don't forget that I mentioned in my previous or my earlier video that, I liked teaching. There were points or there were times that I taught my colleagues and all that, my study group and all that, So there were times that I taught them and all that. So teaching was actually a part of me. There were times too that I actually worked as a part-time teacher while I was, in the university. I was working as a part-time teacher, teaching senior high school students. And I remember I also taught primary, students as well. I taught them English. So I was like, okay, well, since the time is due for us to finally settle on what to do, I just changed my mind and decided to be a teaching assistant. Now, fast forward, I applied and finally I landed myself this teaching assistantship position at my department. So Department of English, KNUST. God being so good, I was assigned to one lecturer called Dr. Esther Sewa Afre. She's actually a lecturer from our department. She teaches fundamentals of English grammar and then advanced syntax. So I was actually paired to this lecturer and I was supposed to assist her. And I want to say here that it was such an exciting journey for me to have served or to have worked with her. She gave me the platform to actually bring out what I had in me. She gave me the opportunity, to teach her students when she wasn't around and all that. So I would say that it really helped me. Being a teaching assistant really helped me. So, and of course, I enjoyed it as well. When it comes to this very course, advanced syntax, I was really doing so well. So I had the opportunity to assist the final years and all that. I really enjoyed being a teaching assistant at the department. Now, fast forward, when we were just about ending our service, this is a question that every Ghanaian who was in my shoe at that time would ask him or herself. Now, after service, what next? After service, what am I going to do next? Because it's actually not easy to come by a job in Ghana. So when you're about to complete your national service, all these questions come up. You keep asking yourself, so what will I be doing from here? Where am I going from here? And all that. So these were some of the questions I was actually asking myself when our service was just about coming to an end. So I was just there assisting lecturers and here and there and all that. So one day I was just there, and then one fine lecturer called Dr. Broom. Shout out to you, Dr. Broom, wherever you are. I was just there, and then he sent me this flyer. Apparently, Lignan University partners, or is a partner university with Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So they had actually brought out a flyer where they were actually looking for fresh graduates of English to serve or to work as visiting English tutors at the Center for English and Additional Languages. You know, when this flyer was first sent to me by this lecturer, Dr. Broom, I was actually skeptical. You know, I was just there. I didn't want to apply. I was just there. Like, I know the zeal to apply wasn't there, even though I was asking myself what I would be doing after service. But, you know, that zeal to apply wasn't there. The zeal was just not there for me. I kept procrastinating. I was like, oh, I'll apply. And then the deadline too for this application was, I think, 28th February or so. So if you're actually interested in this, you are expected to apply before 28th February. And then I think I applied somewhere around mid-February or so. That was when I applied for this very job. So after this lecturer sent it to me, and then I was, delaying to apply and all that, another lecturer, also called Dr. Abaite from the mathematical or statistics department, he also sent me this same flyer and all that. And I was like, this was sent to me earlier by one lecturer from the linguistics department, Dr. Broom, and I was skeptical and all that. I was just procrastinating. I didn't want to apply, and I don't know why, because it wasn't expensive, or you were not supposed to pay anything to apply for this very position. But I don't know why I was just procrastinating. I was like, I'll apply and all that, but I kept just pushing it forward. I was like, I'll just do it. I'll do it later and all that. So when this lecturer, Dr. Abaite from the statistics department, sent it to me, that was when it dawned on me. And I was like, probably God is trying to talk to me, or God is trying to tell me that, George, this is the opportunity for you. Just grab it and stop misbehaving, stop procrastinating, and just give it a shot. But I kept, procrastinating and all that. So I finally decided to just give it a shot. Just, put my documents together and all that, and just apply and see how it goes. Since I wasn't going to pay anything, it was worth, trying to see how things will go. Probably this could be, a life-changing, opportunity for me. So I just gathered my document, and then I sent my email and all that. Now, fast forward, I went back home to have my donation, blah, 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 and all that, And then I don't know what happened. Something just prompted me to just open my email and see. So I just opened my email, and then fortunately for me, there was an email from the school, specifically from the center, from the ELSS, from the Center for English and Additional Languages here in Lignan. There was an email from there, and I was so excited. But it was just, an interview, opportunity. They told me they had actually considered my application, and then they, of course, as usual, they had to interview me and all that to see if I was actually fit for the job. So they sent us some documents, some formalities. There were some documents and all that we were supposed to, have a look, and then, I just don't want to bore you with all that stuff. So fast forward, I actually had my interview on the, I think on the 27th March or so. That was when I actually had my interview with them. So I had the interview. During the interview, there were 3 people on the panel, and then, one thing led to another. Of course, we had a successful interview, and then I said goodbye, and then, I just, I ended it. So I was just moving on with my life, still fulfilling and, performing my duties as a teaching assistant, going to class and all that, helping students here and there. So You know, we also had to do another donation again. We also had to do another donation. In fact, this year we had 2 donations. So the first donation was when I actually received an email from the school, you know, giving me an interview opportunity. That was the first time I heard from them. And then the second time I heard from them was when I actually went back to have my second donation, you know, with my foundation. That was when the email came. The email came and they were like, they had offered me this position, blah, 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 blah. I was so excited. I was so over the moon. So excited that I actually had this opportunity. Because what even makes it interesting and, you know, makes it more, you know, exciting is the fact that, you know, 2 lecturer initially sent it to me and I didn't apply. And then after another lecturer sent it to me, I finally decided to do so. So I'm so much excited that God has actually brought me this far. If you've really been following this channel, you would see my journey. You will know how I began from nothing, and then God has finally changed and transformed my life and has finally brought me here. And I'm so thankful to all my study group members for actually encouraging me to actually take up this teaching assistantship position, because I'm sure if I had not taken this this teaching assistantship position, I wouldn't have been like I wouldn't be here by now. So it's because I actually worked as a teaching assistant. That is why I finally got the opportunity to come here. So yes, now someone will ask that, so George, why are you sharing all this story with us? You know, the baseline is that I just want you to, you know, just look at me and then see that things will be better for you. Because if God has been able to transform my life from nothing, from a school dropout, and then God has actually elevated my life and God has changed my story, I believe that whatever that you find yourself going through, you know, God can also change your life, you know, within just a split second. All I want you to do is to just keep focused, keep praying, because without prayers, you can't achieve anything. Just keep praying, keep hoping, and just do whatever that you have to do. You know, if you are working, try as much as possible to give it your best shot. Anything you find yourself doing, try as much as possible to give it your best shot. You know, today I am so excited because whenever it comes to helping students, you know, I just get excited. I always want to do something that will actually impact people's lives. So this very opportunity or this very job is just you know, exciting. I'm so thankful to God that I actually have the opportunity to impact people's lives positively. Yes. So thank you so much for watching up to this point. I believe that whatever that you are going through, God will definitely change your story just as He's done for me. Thank you so much once again for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this amazing journey to others. You know, inspire others as well. Let them hear the story and pick some inspiration from it. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Peace. Bye-bye.